Hey, what's up, guys? This is Guillermo Auto. So this is a 2011 Jeep Patriot. The door locks, the electronic door locks, they chatter and they're not working right. This is part one of the video. Make sure to check out part two. Basically, when I hit my lock button right here, I'll show you this lock works normal, perfectly fine, up and down. But then when I go to my passenger side, this lock will chatter like that. It's called a chatter. You, and it's loud. It makes like a popping noise and it chatters like that. And sometimes it locks, sometimes it won't. It also, does that when I'm unlocking it. Here's the normal one again. So basically, this is what was bad. This is called a door lock actuator. This is actually from Chrysler Jeep. I'll give you the part number. But yeah, this connects to the door, and then the arms for the lock connect to that. This is the part number for it. This is on a 2011 Patriot. I'm going to show you guys how to put it in. Um, so you get these in, and then the locks will be working all right. So first we got to take our door panel off. Go ahead and pop this cover off right here and get that screw out. It's a Torx T25. This is a Torx bit. This is right in the handle part of the door. We're going to take the door panel off. I had to use a magnet to get that out. And I like to put my stuff up here. It's like a good little spot. And then come over here and pop this cover off. Get like a little flathead or something and just pop this cover off the handle. There's a screw under here. As you can see, there's a screw right there, same size, Torx T25. Go ahead and get that out. And it's a bigger screw. And we're basically going to be removing the middle of the door panel. You don't have to remove this, but if you want to, it just pulls off. And then this cover right here, there's nothing under on mine. It pops right off too. I took it off to make sure there's no screws. On the bottom, you don't have to take these off. These are two 10mm bolts. These are if you want to take the whole door panel off. I'll show you to take them off, but you don't need to. So just 10mm bolt comes right out on the bottom, right there on the bottom as well. All right, but again, you don't need to take those out. So we got to take this door panel. I recommend a plastic pry bar. If you have something of the like, that'll work too. Basically, you gotta take this centerpiece out. I'll show what I mean. Basically, I've been working on it with a plastic pry bar. It pops out. These plastic clips hold it in, and it holds it in pretty tight. It was kind of rough. I had to kind of wrestle it out a little bit. It's hard to get out, but you can get it out if you just keep working at it. Be careful with these though. Don't just rip it out because these could break. As you see, this one broke on me. They're just in there real tight, but it still easily comes out. Anyways, disconnect this connector right here. Basically, there's this little button right here on the end of it. You push down with your thumb, and then you can pull it out. Or you can use like a flathead if you don't want to hurt your fingers. And then these little hinges, these just pop out. You just line them up in there and just slide it to the outside of it, and it'll just come right out. Those shouldn't give you any trouble at all. So you just slide this off. We're taking this off so we can get the door panel out of the way so I can get better access to the actuator. So I put that over there on the driver seat. And as you can see in here, that's where our door lock actuator is. You can see these rods connected to it. Those are for like the door handle and the locks. First, we gotta get this yellow piece off. Go ahead and just push this off of the rod like that. It just comes off. It was kind of tight. I had to use a little flathead just to push on it because my fingers were starting to hurt. And then just pull the rod out of there. All right, and just let it hang. It might fall down on you, the rod. It's just to the lock, so just go and set it aside. It's not a big deal if it falls out. And then there's a pink one in there we're going to have to get out. But first, let's come up here and we'll get this electrical connector undone. You just push on the tab and then pull it out. Kind of a tight fit, but you can get to it. It's not too bad. Just push on the end of it and then pull on it. Now, this pink one, I was able to get it off. I used a flathead to go in there and kind of gently push it off like this. Be careful not to break them. And then, but the rod won't come out because it's still like up against the door. So I'm gonna have to take out the screws of the actuator, get some space to loosen it up. So, oh, and also there's a rod back here. This just comes off. Get this connector out the way so I can show you. See that rod? Same thing, you just push that white tab off and then you could pull it out. And the new actuator actually comes with all these little plastic connectors, so if they break, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so right here, these is a Torx T25. This is on the outside of the door. We got to take these out as well. Torx T25. That's pretty much all you need for this job besides, oh yeah, I guess that's all you really need for this job. So you get these screws out right here. We'll set these aside. Don't lose them. Okay, I got 3 of them. Now, This fell out. This is just the lock that I was talking about earlier. It's not a big deal. You can just set it aside. It goes back in pretty easy. But we'll set this aside until we get the new one in. And then just go ahead and get this rod out. Now that it's disconnected on the outside, you can get some more space to get the rod out. Also right here, this plastic, there's a Torx T25 screw right here. Get this out. And this is holding the that white plastic to the door panel. This is like a little plastic screw. And then just unhook it right there. And then you can bring it out. You gotta disconnect this wire from the plastic. It just comes off. You could use needle nose pliers or a flathead just to kind of push it off. Be gentle with it. And yeah, so we got this out. This white plastic piece, this giant white plastic piece will have to be switched over to the new one. Here's my old one. Also, how to get this plastic piece off, you just slide it off right here. Don't break it like I did. And then just gently work it until it's off. We'll set that aside. Here's my old one. There's no way to just physically look at it and tell if it's bad. But here's my new one. As you can see, it has new connectors for the rods. And then I put this on it. Remember, just gently put that back on. It's kind of fragile, that plastic piece. We'll get that on. And then we'll go ahead and get this back in. Basically what I did is I put it in. And I put my plastic screw right here to hold it in place. And then I got my rod with the red connector in first. Because if you remember, it was harder to get out. Alright, but that's it guys for now. Check out part 2 to finish this job up. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2.